even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But, listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Let's go.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play. Holding him to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Off the play fake. Johnson. He hits his target, the tight end Adams.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Busts through the tackle. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. They'll run here with John Kelly. And barrel his way into the Saint touchdown. John Kelly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have to...
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Now here's a first down throw that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Haskins now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Screenplay, Johnson. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Johnson now on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Johnson completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Now it's Haskins.
Oh, my God.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times, this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 41.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Clear.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were lifting their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Haskins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And here's Collins. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Johnson, operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check.
They go to Johnson again. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. The first down carry here for Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Double time.
They go.
On 1st down, Collins. And his throw here's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Collins now throwing again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Collins. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
You see me out here at practice.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage.